Right, welcome back to This Week in Vaping. It's been a while. I'm in a little bit of a different setup. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. IMJAR teased the rest of their collaboration projects. The Clips Mecca has some new colours in store for us, and Elf Bar released a new pod kit. Right, so first off, we have the IMJAR collaborations. Now, you may have seen the Doozy and Whitlicker are already out and available to buy, but now we have teasers for the Lucky 13 and Zeus Juice. I'm going to read off some of the flavours for you. We have Lucky 13, we have American Waffle, Blackcurrant Aniseed Menthol, Blue Raspberry and Lime, Blue Raspberry Strawberry Ice Blast, and Strawberry and Peach. And for the Zeus Juice, we have Banana Custard, Peach Lemon, Strawberry Kiwi, Vanilla Custard, and White Chocolate Mocha. These will be available very soon. As you may have seen, the Whitlicker and Doozy have been going really well, so make sure to pick yourself up one of the collaborations. Continuing with IMJAR, I'm going to talk to you guys about Imp2O. Now, this is a new range they are bringing out. It's 5 juicy, refreshing flavours. You've got apple and raspberry, orange and passion fruit, apple and mango, peach guava, and pear and raspberry. Now, these come in the usual 50ml and a 50-50 blend, so make sure to keep your eyes and ears peeled for when these come out. Continuing on the topic of e-liquid, we need to talk about Aramaxi. Now, I was lucky enough to sit down with James just the other day in this very setup, talking about how Aramaxi started, how it came about, which you will see very soon. But he also mentioned 3 new flavours that have just landed: Lemon Puff, Lime Fizz, and Gummy Fruit. Now, I tried a few of them, and I can tell you these are beautiful flavours, so make sure to get yourself involved with them. So for this one, we're going to talk about Elf Bar. Now, they have released a pod device, and it is 5,000 puffs. Now, I have seen all over socials, Instagram, Facebook, all about how people are saying, oh, it's legal, it's legal. There should never have been illegal vapes in the first place. That's the problem. You may have seen some of the other videos I've done on the ban and the whole industry as a whole, how it's going, where it's moving, all that sort of stuff, which feel free to check out. So you probably know my standpoint on it, but don't dub it as a legal one. There should never be illegal vapes, and half the people that are posting them are the ones that were importing them, so sort yourselves out. Moving on to some proper hardware, Innikin's shown 4 new colours for their new Clips Mecca. You have a gold, red, blue, and a chromatic rainbow. Now, you would have seen this device. I personally think it's one of the coolest looking devices there are out there. So, as I usually say, keep your eyes and ears peeled for more information. I feel like everything's coming soon. Nothing's actually releasing. So I have to keep saying, oh, tease this, tease that, more information. So this bit, it's not going to be a new segment, but I guess it's going to be quite a common segment in the next few weeks. We're going to talk about what's happening in the news, the industry. So not quite trash talk. These are actual news topics that relate to vaping. But yeah, so you're probably going to see this quite a few times in the coming weeks. So this morning, the Scottish Recorder said that Scotland are pushing back their disposable ban to the 1st of April next year, that being 2025. Now, I don't know what that means for the future-wise or how it's going to look. We just sort of got to wait for more information to come. Keeping on the topic of articles, you may or may not have seen the article that was written recently about Spice and Vaporesso. Now, this is completely outrageous. The people who were in question, they suffered seizures, I believe, from the Spice liquid they had. Nothing to do with e-liquid, a synthetic marijuana liquid. They reported and they outed Vaporesso. They named them in the article, which is completely ridiculous. The children bought the device as a normal device, bought completely normal in the packaging, normal Vaporesso device. I've got to stress that, completely normal. And they decided to put a synthetic marijuana liquid inside and this obviously caused them to have a reaction and have a seizure to it. But they decided to target Vaporesso for this, which is outrageous. Now, if there was a drunk driver who drank, was at the pub, got in his car, drove back and killed someone, you wouldn't blame the car. You'd blame the driver for drinking. You wouldn't blame Skoda because a drunk driver crashed into someone else. So the way they've outed and gone out and villainised Vaporesso in this situation is completely outrageous. We're all talking about what's happening in the UK, the ban, what could happen, what might not happen, everything, the whole industry. But we need to remember Australia. Now, they've been battling this for months and months and months. It probably even coming up to a year. And I think March the 1st is proposed to when it's going to be happening, when the hammer's coming down. That's why, as Whitlicker and Whitlicker Labs, we are proud to announce we are partnering with Licious e-liquid to handle their distribution and production worldwide. So you guys can still enjoy the beautiful, Licious flavours. We stand to everyone over in Australia and all the ongoings. If any of you need any help or assistance in anything, feel free to contact Whitlicker or I Fancy One, and we'll help you out as best as we can. You may have seen so far the licensing agreement that was proposed towards the government, and it's being debated pretty much as we speak. Now, I think it would be good. We all need to come together. I agree there needs to be some licensing, but we've been calling for this for ages. I don't want the government to come out and be like, oh, see, this is all we need, because the industry has been calling for licensing for ages. This is not a new thing. So we hope we can all come together and agree on a framework that works best for everybody. You should have seen by now, if you haven't, you've been living under a rock, the petition to save flavours, stop the flavour ban. Make sure to sign that. Make sure to get as many people as possible. We all need to come together for this to work. I'll link it down below. Make sure to sign it. After all of that, it was a pretty long bit of video so far, but we come to everyone's favourite IFO trash talk. The Guinness World Record's oldest dog stripped of his title. Dog named Bobby was 31 years and 165 days, and he took it off an Australian cattle dog who was 29 years and 5 months. They stripped it as they had concerns for how old the dog actually was, as they had no conclusive evidence that the dog actually lived that long. It's barking mad. Good little joke, that, isn't it? Right, so the Bob Marley movie is finally in cinemas. It's called One Love, after the obviously infamous song. And I haven't watched it as of yet. I'm hoping to watch it over the weekend. But I have quite enjoyed watching the press tour, so the interviews and the podcasts that the cast have been doing. Now, there was a lot more detail in it than I actually first originally thought. The family were involved with the casting process of all the actors to play all the different people. So I think that's really cool, and it hopefully pays good homage to the legend that is Bob Marley. That is everything from us this week. Thank you guys very much for watching. It was a bit of a longer one than usual. Obviously, it's a bit different from the other This Week in Vapors we've been doing. So you should see a nice mix in the coming future. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.